Right, good evening, welcome to VP4TV, and if there's anybody out there, give me a sound check, please. Let me know that you can hear me. Let me just double check. Well, the little green light's going up and down, so the audio should be going through okay. Welcome to Dwight. Well, we're here tonight for a rescheduled match between REELPOLANDPOWER and Markshark, and it's in the round 2 of the Black Ball World Championships here in VP4. And well, I wasn't there to see the first attempt at this match, but the way I'm reading it, and unless it's explained to me any different, I think Markshark's getting the shitty end of the stick. I think you'll know what I'm saying by describing it that way. My understanding of it is that Markshark was 10-7 up at one point in the match in the race to 13, and Stubbs' connection did what it does and has done on a number of occasions. And eventually, when Stubb got reconnected, the server reset the match back, and for some reason the match is being replayed now. Well, again, I've looked at the video up to that point, and all I can query is why aren't we resolving it the same way we resolved the straight pool final, where we had a similar occurrence with Acero, and the match reset the scores to a fair bit back, and so a match room was set, and the guys played to a certain target. Chimpy had to get to a certain amount, and Acero had to get to a certain amount to go over the line, and everything was settled. But anyway, I'll say something else. I wouldn't be surprised if Markshark, well, he's here, he's arrived. I'm surprised he has, but he's obviously happy to go ahead with it, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the schedule. We've got this match starting in about 5 minutes. We've got Al Benario and MC Clarkey going at it on Thursday night at 7:30. I should be there for that one. I'm off today, tomorrow and Thursday. Well, today I was at work, but obviously I'm finished work until Friday. And then we have the last match in the schedule is for a week on Sunday, and that's between LS3 and Semi-Pro. I don't think there's anything scheduled, or at least there wasn't a few hours ago when I checked the 3-cushion tournament. So matches are still to come there. Right. I'm going to do a quick tab. Well, Steve did send me a message saying that he was going to be here. So he hasn't arrived yet. Welcome to Dwight, welcome to Paul. Well, we'll get Steve's explanation as to why it's being resolved this way, and not the way that the straight pool was resolved. But you know, as far as I can see, again, you know, you can only come the one conclusion. Another conclusion I can come to is Markshark's not done anything wrong, from what I can see. He's not the one that's had the problem with the connection. He's the one that is the victim of the connection. He's the victim of the server resetting the match back in time. And that shows you how long Stubb was gone. It's weird. I don't understand it. I mean, that's the first time I've seen 2 instances like that happen. It's also the first time the other night in the 9-ball doubles where the room went up. We all went into the room. All I had was a black screen, but I had the full HUD on display, but no table. Everything was black. It's crazy. There's strange things happening in VP4. So we're about probably another 2.5 minutes yet before this goes up. Welcome to Slim. So Markshark ended up forfeiting, but why did he forfeit? Was it because the game was still hanging and nothing was happening? See, I'm at a loss to know the full and proper story. I'm just tabbing out and having a look, but there's still nobody there. Maybe Steve's changed his mind after reading all the lobby chat. Right, so we're almost there. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. We should all be good to go. So if you really look at it from another point of view, and Steve's probably looking at it from the other point of view, that Markshark forfeited the match the other night, even after all the trouble there was. So if Markshark forfeited the match the other night, then he can thank himself that he's actually getting another go. That's the other way to look at it. If you look at it from the other point of view. Right, Steve. Good evening. So now you can do all the explaining to the crowd.
Well, I'm not quite sure what you want me to explain.
Well, first of all, I wasn't there. I was in bed. All I know is that, and I looked at the video up to the point where Stubbs' connection starts going funny, strange though it is when Markshark was 10-7 up. Eventually, when Stubb gets reconnected and the server reloads the game for whatever it does, it suddenly the scores are reversed. They've gone backwards, a bit like the straight pool final. Remember, and
that they weren't. There's definitely a problem on the server in some situation there, and that's the second time we've seen that happen. And I'm looking into it. At this point, I'm only got some diagnostics in because I don't understand what's going on.
Well,
but this isn't all Stubbs' fault. I mean, I took a look at the logs. He did have some connection issues, but some strange stuff happened. Honestly, I'm not really quite sure what the heck's going on.
Yeah,
but the fact that it's happened with him a couple times.
Exactly, that's it. It's happening with him. It's not happening with anybody else that we've seen. And it's happening. It's happening at certain points in a match as well.
I told him he was going to get DQ'd if this keeps happening, and that didn't make him happy. And he's got DSL, which isn't great. He says it's pretty fast DSL, but I mean that's already an issue. He may just have to get another connection. I don't know. Regardless of that, I've got a problem in VP I need to fix, and hopefully I can track it down. I took a couple hours looking at code, and I can kind of see where this might happen in certain situations. And I put some diagnostics in there, so if it does happen again, at least I'll get some more information. But it's not something that I could look at and go, oh, there it is. It's pretty complicated, and it's probably some kind of timing or disconnect thing. And I spent a lot of time looking at it, and at this point, it's just get some more information if it happens again.
Right, Stubbs in the room. Markshark's arrived in the room. Stubbs on the right hand side.
See, Stubb had something really strange happen. He said the queue, Markshark was supposed to be shooting, and he said the queue didn't move for like 5 minutes. So,
well, that's how we see it this end when we're watching in the stream.
No, that's not true. I'm just talking about a specific situation. You're seeing it like somebody's queue doesn't move, but Stubb was seeing it as Markshark's queue's not moving, and the stream has the queue moving, and he's playing. So Stubb wasn't seeing him play, and he left the room and came back, and I think that may have caused the problem, but I don't understand why. It should have been able to do that. So, but I know he did that, and I told him this time, if something like that happens, don't leave the room. But, yeah, it was almost like he still had a connection, but he wasn't getting Markshark's play. All he saw was queues just sitting there. So it's a pretty bizarre problem.
Well, here's the other bizarre problem. The other bizarre problem is the 9-ball Scotch doubles from the other night. Now, this is the first time in however many years VP4 has been online, it's the first time I've ever been in a tournament room where I've gone into the room, and not just me, all the other guys had exactly the same problem. We all went into the room to start playing the match, and we all had a black screen, but we all had, well, I had full HUD. I had everything in the HUD. I had a complete black screen behind it. I couldn't open the chat, so I couldn't tell anybody in the room that I couldn't see the game. So I had to kill the game 3 or 4 times, and as far as I'm aware, every other guy had the same problem. And
was this right after the lag?
No, we never got to lag. We all went into the room, but we weren't seeing the table. We were only seeing the full HUD, or however you have your HUD set. Mine is full. We had the HUD, the chat window at the bottom. Everything looked normal, but everything was black, and that
I've seen that happen.
Was weird.
Once in a blue moon.
So what would cause that?
I don't know. I mean, these problems that show up once in a blue moon are very difficult to track down. I haven't looked at the log on that. I will. That was when? 2 days ago?
It was Monday, yeah.
Monday at what time?
Well, it would have been, because the tournament hasn't been set back an hour, forward an hour, so it would have been 1 PM Eastern it started.
I'll take a look at it.
Well, Markshark got off to a good start. He's won the first rack.
Yeah, Stubb loses this, he'll cry like a baby, like this is unfair and this and that. But, I mean, you got to feel for Markshark having to play this match and all these connection problems, and, it's not his fault. But, it's Stubb's typical mantra, it's me against the world.
Paul, I just noticed your question there, if you're still there. The answer to your question is the PC is fine for me to stream right now, but if I had a browser open on my second monitor watching the stream, I can guarantee the PC would reboot, so I don't do it anymore. And if I don't do it anymore, then I can stream perfectly okay, it seems to be, where I don't have any reboots.
Yeah, I think you got a problem where your CPU is just getting too hot.
Yeah.
If CPU overheats, it's going to go foobar at some point.
Well, I just have to make do with the way it is for the foreseeable future. As long as I know that that's what's happening, then the process of elimination has eliminated one factor in what causes it to do it. I mean, I can have a game running and the game will run perfectly fine, and I can live stream a game, but I can't watch the game on my second monitor. If I do that, it's going to blow.
Well, that was a mistake. I mean, he did not play that little rub right. He can still get on this ball. He's got to go down to the end rail and spin back down.
Well, this is
It will go
touchy
in
though.
the other corner. It's touchy, but this is really just getting the line. The thing is, when you hit this ball, it's going to get a little right English too. You don't really need to put English on it, but you need to draw it just a little bit. It'll get its own English and open up. Oh, he put the other English on
got
it.
it in the
What
side.
did he do? Well, you know what? That's okay.
Yes, cold as pillow. I am awake. Well, I'm barely awake, but I don't have any work tomorrow, so I can sit and suffer and make up for it when I go to bed. It's not a problem.
Well, I'm glad these guys got the match scheduled.
Well, let's just square it.
Yeah, I don't think Stubb actually did anything underhanded, disconnecting on purpose or anything like that, you know. From what I saw the logs and from talking to him, you know, he was pretty upfront about what had happened and what he was doing.
So, a couple of balls, or what? Is it just a yellow's going down? And again, there's problems. Reds are all open in one side of the table, but one isolated one, which he can get to.
Yeah, I think he's got to take reds here.
Yeah.
And he's got a chance to move this one red. If he hits this right, he can move it towards the pocket. He needs to draw this. Like, don't hit it too hard and draw it real quick. Just like that. That's what he needed to do. He needed to get that by the yellow. And
now,
you know, he's good now. Now this, I'm not saying this is an easy table.
Well, see this shot he's playing right now. Can he? I don't know whether he can hit this soft enough that it will go into the hole and he can still get on the awkward one. No, he can't.
Well, but he doesn't need to.
No, not at the moment.
Because, well, but you can just come right over here and like just do a little stun draw here. You know, you wanna look at it from the point of view of how am I going to get on this ball? What's the easy way to do it? And he's got these 3 balls here, so
he's finished.
You know,
he's finished awkward.
Yeah, but he can just stun this across and get on the awkward ball right now. But he's going to have to hit this a little and risk missing it.
Yeah.
And he pulled it back.
Yeah. I didn't like the angle he had. That was... He was a bit scared of the side pocket there.
Well, he didn't play the shot I thought he should have played, but, you know, there was plenty of time to get on that one ball. And the thing about that one ball is you make that, you got those other balls by the side pocket, you know, you're going to come up with a shot. This is just like, you know, it's just like playing pool in the sense that, and I've said this over and over and over again about being able to roll the ball and play natural position. As soon as you have to do something like that, where you have to, you know, hit the ball harder and draw it, then the pocket starts getting small. If you can roll the ball, then the pocket stays big. So it behooves you to play position where you're not, you know, slamming balls.
Now, I don't know whether he can see enough of that red next to the 8 ball to run through.
I think he can, although you may need to use some English.
Well, he can't get on that from the inside either anyway, so it's pointless doing that.
He can get on the awkward one. And that's not bad. He could have gone forward off the end rail and come down to the long rail here and had a shot on that funny ball.
Well, I don't think he can really get to pot it. He'd need to go past the side pocket. And I mean, you'd need to be sort of here to actually be able to play a cut in that red.
Well, this is not Stubbs' strength, playing, you know, a pattern play, because this is basically pattern play here. There's a lot of choices. You need to make the choice that is going to make this simple. And
that's the problem.
We'll see whether Stubbs can do that. See, that's the wrong choice. See, he tried to do something where he's slamming the ball, and that is not simple at all. And because of that, he's screwed himself. So now it's how do I play safe, and this is tough.
Well, it looks as if he's going for a combo here, but the thing is, this would be a big mistake to do this and start banging balls around, because that red's still awkward for Mark. So the one thing I wouldn't be doing is would be doing anything that's going to open up that red. And that's opened up now. You can get it into the gap.
Yeah.
Although
I mean,
the combo's on. I mean, it's...
Well, the other red's a little funny. He can need to stun this over and get to this other red that's by the yellow. Stun this, make the ball stun it. See, and he didn't get there.
Well, he's okay that red stayed up.
But he's got a shot. That was a little risky because he may not have come up with a shot there. But he's fine now. I mean, he's going to get out.
I go back to the first thing I said there. You know, Stubb wasn't thinking there when he played that shot. Because the one thing he's done is he's opened up the possibility for Markshark to get out, and the only lifesaver that Stubb had was that awkward red sat where it was, and if he moved it or opened it up, he's asking for trouble.
Well, pattern play is not his strength of his game, and 8-ball is like straight pull.
My question,
it requires good pattern play.
Well, my question there is not about pattern play. My question there is about common sense. What you don't do is do something that opens up the red. You leave it well alone, and he just smacked at a ball there, trying to make some sort of silly combo.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of you got to take an evaluation of the situation and say, well, do I have a safety? And not anything real easy. Okay, if I just play something wishy-washy and get a little better table position and leave that yellow next to the red, what's my chances of winning? I mean, against a good player, it's probably not that high because they can deal with the issues. Sometimes you have to take a flyer. I'm not saying that was that situation there, but there are times in 8-ball where you just got to go for it, because if you don't, you're probably going to lose. And Stubb, the problem with Stubb is his mentality is go for it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't. He really doesn't play safe too much, or play the wishy-washy shot or do whatever. He's just like all out, go for it all the time, and that strategy isn't going to be right sometimes.
Well, this is a good table he's had here. Everything was fairly straightforward.
Well, I mean, other than dogging this, this kind of shot can be missed on this table. He's taking his time, and I don't blame him. This shot is no gimme.
And off the jaw.
He got it in. Yeah.
So I think right now it's pretty much going with a break.
Yeah, well, the break's a big advantage. I mean, these balls break good. The kind of cues they're using, the break cue, they're able to hit it hard. And that's going to be a re-break.
Well, 8-ball's gone. Did any?
I'll tell you that one of the real lucky situations I've seen come up was making the black, but also going in off. That's the greatest break in the world, the fact that you made the black. Because when you go in off, the guy's going to get a free shot. But because you made the black, you get to re-break.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a element of this game that's very lucky. I don't understand why the rules are like that. I mean, it should be that if you break and make the black and go in off, the other player gets to break, not you.
Well,
they don't do it that way.
This table is very good, apart from that last, the yellow next to the red in the side rail. I mean, that's the problem.
Yeah, and those kind of shots aren't that bad if you can roll them slow.
The only thing he's got to be careful here is he trying to Is he trying to bump the red, or what? What's he trying to do
he's
here?
shooting this ball and trying to get on the one that's on the rail. I think he's okay. He needs. Jeez.
I think he's going to have to go up top and come down here, and then the problem is it's getting to this one.
He's a little bit steep on this.
Yeah.
If he was a little less steep, I'd say shoot this one and try to get to the yellow. And that's not that bad a play. I mean, I'm sure there's a little luck involved there, but
yeah, he can get to the
I
red.
think he's, you know, he kind of wishy-washied that. He should have just hit the thing with authority and made the ball, and then tried to run the cue ball into that yellow, and taking his chances, tried to shove it towards the corner.
Good evening to Hazad. Well, I don't see anybody breaking. I mean, you watch the videos on YouTube, everybody just smacks the centre of the pack, don't they?
Breaking out to the side of the pack like they do in 9-ball. I think you meant 8-ball. Well, I will tell you this. Breaking from the center in U.S. bar table 8-ball is the best way to break. But the problem with doing that is it's a sellout break if you don't make a ball. So that's the main reason people break from the side, is that, well, there's two reasons. One is it tends to make the table tougher, so you don't sell out break with all the balls sitting perfect. But the other thing is it's much less likely you're going to scratch. Now, in virtual pool, that's not such a big problem, but in real life, you know, being good enough to hit that head ball really square where the ball comes straight back and doesn't go towards the side pocket is you've got to have a pretty good break to do that. So it's more amateurs that you see break from the sides. I remember watching an 8-ball tournament, professional 8-ball tournament, and the only guy that broke from the side was Dennis Coyle. Dennis broke from the side. Every other pro broke straight from the middle, and you're talking like a field of 64. So 63 of the 64 broke from the middle.
Well, it looks like this rack, well, he couldn't have left that much more awkward.
Yeah, that's really not how you want to be, is it?
Well, this...
What's the reason behind starting over? That's what these guys agreed to. We're having enough problems, so I said, okay, fine.
This was going to be the first rack against the head here. Still could well be, but if he's got any English on that tip, this cue ball will squat. But he's played it dead centre.
I mean, it's not like that sort of decision of starting over never happens in sports. I'm not saying that's the proper thing to be doing here, but it's not like out of the realm of possibilities.
Well, let's just say that Stubbs' connection goes funny at the impromptu times. A bit like the... Let's just say that Muhammad Ali's glove had a cut in it against Henry Cooper when Henry Cooper floored him, and that gave Ali time to recover. Remember that incident? Some people aren't old enough to remember that. I just question the fact that Stubbs' connection goes funny at the awkward times for him that make it awkward for his opponents.
Well, that was an interesting situation there, because he went for it, got everything cleared up except for one ball, and unfortunately all his yellows went up the table.
Oh, he's caught the wrong ball there.
He's trying to shoot by it, and he didn't get by it. That's a break, though, in that he's got a yellow down by the one that's in trouble. I mean, that's a huge thing, having a ball close to the ball that you need to break out.
Well, this is now he could play off his red that's up the table and try and just duck into the corner, but there's a big risk of scratching doing that. Just to try and duck in behind his red that's up there in the corner. Now he could do that now.
I mean, you can kick behind it right now if you want.
Yeah.
We'll see what he decides to do. And, you know, guys, just thinking about this business about getting the ball near your ball that needs to be broken out. If you're ever playing this game and you've got a ball locked up like that, what you want to do is play some shot to get a ball down next to it. Oh, that was not good.
Well,
Now,
it's an
for
easy
sure
kick.
you want. Well,
Yeah.
for sure you want to kick behind it now.
Why is he playing it first? This could go funny.
Because he's doing the wrong thing. And this is, you know, this is why players should do things like play one pocket, because, you know, like a little kick like that, players are so afraid to do it because they're so afraid they're going to foul or, you know, not do it right. Whereas if you've played one pocket, that's the simplest shot in the world because you've done it so many times. Yeah, I mean, he probably just lost the game because he didn't shoot a very simple shot that would have won him the game.
Well, the yellow goes. Now is he going to try and draw and bump this open here? Knowing Stubby probably will. Well,
and that's no good.
He's got it set. I don't know whether that yellow would follow the red in. It looks straight enough.
Well, this is tough. No. This is tough here because there's no way you're going to follow that in. It's too far away. That would be a miracle shot. I'll tell you what I would probably do is I'd probably bank that one ball that's down by. I would have banked that one ball down by this side and taken the cue ball, put it up on the end rail, and gotten the ball down here next to those two balls. As I was saying before, is if you're in these situations where you've got a ball tied up and you don't really have a good shot, the thing to do is knock a ball over by it and try to put the cue ball in place where your opponent isn't good, because then you've got a ball there that you can use to and here he goes again.
Well, Stubb got himself in a hole there because he couldn't see his other yellow. He didn't want to play that yellow there.
And this is just play on this red here. See, he's afraid to tie it up. Go ahead and tie it up because you could get a free shot out of it. Oh, I had to take it back. He's got a chance to win here. My bad.
Right, well this is
that was the right shot.
Where Markshark's got to get in the gap or hold the cue ball where it is. I think if he holds it. Yeah, I think if he holds it where it is, he's at least giving himself an angle to get out there. But you see, he's falling into the trap there, going dead straight. Anything could happen here.
Yeah, trying to go forward's tricky because you're going to hit the tit and maybe hang in the pocket or even go in off. I mean, you almost have to draw this, which is not what you want on this shot. That's a very good shot.
Well, he's played it dead weight.
Yep, that was a very good shot. Didn't try to do too much.
So we're all square again, 3 apiece.
I saw Shaw win. Or, well, let's see. Did I see the final match? I don't know if I ever watched the final match, but I watched a bunch of that Hanoi Open. Yeah, Shaw should win more, and I mean he's won a lot, but he really should win more. He's a great player. Well,
Markshark's break is dry.
Yeah, and that's tough because I think Stubb is out here.
He's
this
going
table's
for the reds.
Pretty good.
Now he might try and just come out the back here and go in the red
in the corner, the one against the rail, and get this one over
one
here
on the side,
closest to the 8 ball on the side.
Yeah.
You know.
Because that's you tidied up everything there. Everything you're working at up table after those 3 balls, you're staring down the 8 ball from the left side of the table.
And I think this is what Stubb's going to do. So, you know, he's recognized a good pattern. Roll forward on this. I'd actually go off the end rail and bounce it off the end rail. Get pretty straight on the next one. You'd like to have a little angle, but he's probably not gonna. Yeah, there he is pretty straight. I mean, that's why I would have rolled it to the rail, because I think it's easier to get a little angle.
Yeah, the only worry with taking this one on the side is he really wants to get up to the one up top as well.
Well, the problem is at this angle it's not good.
No,
See,
no.
he needed to be closer to the end rail, so that he could make that and kind of slide over and shoot the one on the side.
Well, the yellow out from the side is the one that's causing the problem. See, he's gone through, and I think he's okay.
Well, yeah. I mean that's almost what he had to do, because you know, he had to take that red then. I mean, trying to pass that up was going to be a mistake. Oh, and that's a little funny.
Yeah.
I think he can roll forward on this, though.
You're always scared. That's the thing with this table. You're always scared the cue ball's going to find its way to the side. I think he's fine. I think he's all right.
This light cue ball goes sideways more, you know, so this kind of shot, you know, you always got to kind of, oh, this could go sideways in the side pocket. I think if he hits it easy, it won't, but this is a scary shot with this light cue ball.
Yeah, just caught the point, or the curve
see,
of the
normal cue ball, that would have hit, you know, 2 or 3 inches above the rail up there. So he's just going to just do a little soft draw here, I think. What's he doing? He should be. Why is he not pulling the tip down? I guess he doesn't need it. Yeah, this light cue ball, it just doesn't go anywhere.
Well, that's another one against Mark's break this time.
Stubbs getting used to this cue ball. Well, Stubbs got a higher gear. He just, you know, if he can minimize his dumb mistakes, he should win this match.
Yeah, if that's the case, why is Markshark asking, "Are we playing the whole race?" I don't think he's I don't think Mark's fully up in what the deal is here. I thought you said that he'd agreed to play the match. So
that's what I was told by Markshark.
Mark made the mistake. Well, the table's still open, but I think Mark's going to find he's probably going to be shooting at the reds. Problem yellow up table though as well. Stubb. I think he's played to break everything out.
He didn't say anything about playing at another score. He just said they wanted to redo the match. I mean,
now what does Stubb do here? Is he? Let me have a look at the angle he's got.
No matter what happens here, there's going to be one unhappy player.
How is he going? Is he going to try and get down here and play the combo? Is he trying to duck down the bottom of the table? If he gets on the one at the side, what's Markshark PMing for me? She's no, I'm live streaming. I'm not going to open that. Yeah.
Well, if he was going to ask questions like this, he should have done it before the match started.
Well, that's not made anything. In fact, if anything, that's made it worse. If he'd left that yellow where it was and he'd managed to get onto the one on the side and come down, he could have played the combo.
I hope you're not PMing him and telling him that they shouldn't play the whole race, because at this point, all you're doing is causing problems.
Well, the last thing I was told earlier tonight was the fact that Markshark forfeited the match the other night.
Well, my understanding is he left, but the thing was all screwed up. I mean, they could have finished the match from the correct score by creating a match room.
I think the fact that Mark left, it isn't a case that he left to forfeit. I think he get left because he get fed up getting pissed around. I think that's why he left. You can only have so much patience.
But again, you know, I don't, you know, it's not just a patience thing. You know, he thinks Stubb was doing this on purpose, which.
No, I think it's happened more than once, Steve.
I'll tell you this lesson that I learned, and you can take it for what it's worth. Everybody will disagree with me, but that's because you guys aren't in the pool room gambling all the time. But what I found was if you let something happens and then you start thinking, oh, this guy did it on purpose and he's sharking me and this and that, what ends up happening is then you get pissed off, then it affects your game, then you end up losing. And what if the guy hadn't done it on purpose? What if it just happened? So, you know, all you're doing is hurting yourself by, you know, getting into, oh, he's did this and he did that and he's sharking me. And
Well,
instead, you know, if something happens and I get distracted or whatever,
well,
I just let it go.
we know the psychology bit of it, Steve. What I'm talking about from my point of view is it's happened more than once in similar situations where Stubb has not necessarily been in front in the match. He's been struggling. It's happened more than once.
Well, you know, I mean, I've told him he's going to get DQ'd if it keeps happening. And, you know, I don't know that, you know, everybody assumes that Stubb's doing this on purpose. And I'm not assuming that.
I'm just assuming he's that dumb. He runs a lot of crap in the background when he's trying to play this.
Well, I don't know what the problem is. I mean,
and now tonight he's chosen not to run all his crap that he has running, and that's why the connection's fine.
Maybe, I don't know. You know, I mean,
so he knows how to clog up his connection and cause bandwidth problems.
You know, it could be the time of day. We went through some things where, what's the what is it, BT you've got over there? Is it British Telecom, BT?
Well, that's who. Well, watch this cue ball. That's who my provider is. Yes.
Okay. Well, at one point, at about 5:30 p.m. there every day, there were connection problems because their network was overloaded. Okay. You don't know what's going on. You don't know that it's his computer, all the stuff he's running. Could be the time of day. Could be, you know, some solar flare. I mean, you know, you can make up whatever you want, but that doesn't mean that that's true.
Well, it's too much of a coincidence. That's all I'm saying. Too much of a coincidence. And why is it just Stubb? You know, why is it just him when he's in tournaments?
Well, he's not the only one that's had connection problems. Cero had plenty of them.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Anyway, Stubbs looking to open up the first gap in this match.
And I would disagree with that, Paul, because I took a look when there were severe problems, and that wasn't the case, because I can tell in my logs. So I've got a lot more information than you guys do.
So 5-3.
How old is Stubb? Oh, I'd say about 10 years old.
Wow, cue ball almost went south.
Did you mean physically or mentally? I guess I answered the question for mentally.
Oh, what do you do with this table? I mean, those set of balls in the middle of the table, they're a disaster.
Well, you know, this is one of those tables where he can get out here. If he can roll forward and leave himself a little angle to come back into this red that's against these two yellows, you know, that's the only ball is in trouble.
Oh, is he going far enough? I think he can bump it. Yeah,
he can bump it. It would be nice to have a little more angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those, oh, I don't want to give myself too much angle for this shot. Well, you're better off with more than less, and now you see why, because you just can't get the speed on the cue ball.
Yeah.
See, that's a mistake of people trying to get too perfect. Just take the harder cut shot and make sure you have enough angle.
He hasn't gone far enough. He wanted to get right down onto the rail.
Yeah, now his problem is Stubb can run this table out, and he probably will. There's no real problems there.
Yeah, but the yellow next to the red.
Yellow go in the side pocket?
I don't think so. Not that side, anyway.
That one's a problem, but I think that's a problem that's easily solved. You've got a ball right next to it to break it up. You've got a ball over by the side pocket you use to break it up. So that ball shouldn't be a problem because you got plenty of balls to move. Well, what is he doing? Well, now he just created a problem for himself. I guess it still goes up in the corner.
He's going to try and draw.
He's going to bump it right now. But he just, you know, he didn't do himself any favors by knocking his yellow where he just did.
Oh.
All right. Well, now he's got a chance to do something with it right here. This is very easy to get into with this light cue ball. You can draw this cue ball on this yellow probably too far and miss the whole red. You could even go to the rail and come out.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Go to the rail and kick the back of it to open things up that way.
If he tries to go to the rail, he'll probably run straight into it because this light cue ball. See that? Light cue ball. I mean, it was going to be hard to go to the rail unless you played with this cue ball a lot.
Well,
this is, you know, this is one of those shots where this is a little tricky because of this light cue ball.
I don't know whether you can get enough of that to. I think that one there.
No, he can make that ball. The problem is that getting a shot on the next one. This is a little tricky. I think he should be able to. I would hit this not too hard. I would kind of roll this pocket speed.
Yes, Stubbs been around VP for years. Yep, I can confirm that. Neither of them are going to. Oh, it just got there.
I don't know if that's the one he was shooting, but. And, you know, this is not the shot that anybody particularly likes with this light cue ball. I think, you know, when you get this kind of shot with this light cue ball, you got to be real careful. I'd almost try to run it at the red on the rail, even though you could get hooked on it if you hit it real slow, just because this is tricky controlling the speed on this. See what I mean?
Yeah, he's overcooked it. He might have overcooked it far enough. Yeah.
Well, he's okay. Well, the super light cue ball, trying to control the speed on a shot like that's tricky.
It is really tricky. I can confirm that it's really tricky.
And Stubbs opened up a big lead.
Well, 6-3. Everything's good in the Stubb camp.
And that looks like a dry break. Everything's good until he broke dry.
And this is a good enough table, but you know it's now a situation for Markshark where he does have to get out.
Unfortunately for him, I think he's going to have to take the reds, and the yellows are better, if anything, because of where the 8-ball is. Yeah,
I can't see a yellow to pot it.
And that's not where you want to put the cue ball. He's okay, but now I would just pot that, not that one. I would pot the other one in the corner so you can get to those two by the rail.
Exactly, yeah.
And with this light cue ball, it should just go straight across there. You don't have to worry about it running forward into those. So I think the 8-ball will go off of the yellow, hit it into the rail, and play it off of the yellow. And I think that's a shot he's going to have to play. I think he's going to have to play it off the yellow.
The problem with that is
off the yellow.
That's all well and good in theory, but that's if you're staring right down it. If you're at any angle to try and play that, that's going to multiply the difficulty on it.
Well, I mean, you know that up front. See, that's why you play for position on a key ball to get on that. And the problem with most players in this situation is they're going to think about that key ball when they've got one red left. They're going to go, oh, this is going to be hard to get to where I need. You know, you should be planning this.
Oh, it needs to slow up. Needs to slow up. Well, he's going to have to stun this a little bit to get out, or is he going to run forward or stun it? Yeah.
I wouldn't have done that. See, because
See,
I
this
would have
isn't
stunned
good.
it because if you stun it, you get the good angle. This
Yeah.
is not a good angle.
No.
And that's what I'm saying is that you got to realize that up front. Now you're going, oh shit, this is hard.
Yeah.
You should know that up front and play for it.
This is what I was talking about. I mean, it's just, he's got to get in there. That you're going to get
Okay,
there. That was well
Yep.
played.
And there he goes.
Paul
That
says,
was a good route there. He
Paul
needed
says
that.
something about Anton Raga. And somebody, Michael Feliciano on YouTube.
Well, you know, you got to. I don't know that it's just being prideful. I mean, the thing you got to understand about pool players is that they understand if they want to be the best, they have to. You know, they have to get up and play and challenge it. And if you remember, Dennis Ocolio owned Anton Raga, beat him every which way, giving him weight for 2 years straight. So Raga kept losing and losing and losing, and then guess what? You know, one day he stopped losing. And that might be what Feliciano is trying to do. I mean, if his backers want to put up the money and let him keep taking shots at Raga, that's how you get better. I mean, it costs money to get
look
better.
at that! Look at that for a nice roll of the cue ball.
Yeah, he's gonna need to bump into this red here. That's really his only chance.
Yeah, he's going to leak away if he doesn't. Leak away big time as well.
And he needs to hit it on the far side. Oh, he tried to hit it real easy. You know, that was kind of a cool shot. I mean, he didn't get the ball in, but that was kind of a cool shot.
It's not bad.
Yeah, well, he's got Stubb in trouble here because, Stubb didn't play safe at all. He just played the shot.
He went all out for the bank.
Well, I don't think he ever looked. I mean, obviously the ball hung in the pocket. That was a problem, but he might have been able to play a safe up table. You know, come off that ball and get the cue ball going up table. He had a lot of blockers. Because if he doesn't make that bank, he's done.
I'll tell you something, Coldest Pillow. I watched the match when it started, and I watched up to the point where, what's his name, the Japanese player, where the Celtic player had got booked, and then of course the cheating Spaniards that they are, because I'll call them cheats every time. That's the way they play the game there. The Celtic player went for the ball. The both of them went into a challenge. The Celtic player wasn't pushing his leg through to cause injury. The two of them are going for the ball, yet the referee goes and reviews it and sends them off. As soon as that happened, I switched it off. Because we're never going to get anything out of that match. Played for like.
Yeah, there, Paul. I know what you're saying. I mean, being not so young, isn't really the same situation. But it's also how pool players think. You know, they think, you know, if you don't think you're going to win, it's tough. I mean, how much money did Anton Raga's backers lose against Dennis? Because I remember watching him, and this was only like 2 or 3 years ago. Dennis was giving him the 7 ball, playing 10 ball, and just robbing him. And then Dennis was giving him, I think, a 15-point spot playing rotation and just robbing him. But yeah, I can see what you're saying about an older guy. I mean, that's yeah, but you know, players want to play and backers want to gamble.
Well, Mark's in trouble here. From the point of view that he's potting balls, and he's got no more balls that he can pot.
Efren doesn't book a whole lot of bad games. In general, most of the Filipinos don't, which is why I don't play a lot of Filipinos, because they play good and they quit fast. As soon as a Filipino recognizes he's in a bad game, he's getting out of it as quick as he can. And most of them won't chase money, and most of them play real well. So, I mean, I've won against Filipinos, but I've lost against Filipinos more than I've won. Efren can make as much money as he wants playing because people just want to play him because he's Efren. He come over to the U.S. and he play one pocket and give people, 10-6 that couldn't win if they were getting 14-4. It was just free money for him.
Stubbs trying to see if he can get enough of this yellow to bump it to the jaw and in behind the red, which he's done.
Yeah, that's a good shot. So now it's a strategy game. If I'm Markshark, I'm taking the red that's in the middle of the table and trying to shove it over by the pocket. I would have never done that because the chance of success on that was almost nil. See, now all he's done is remove a ball from the table that he could have used to break that up. He should have shoved the ball that's by these two yellows over by the pocket and left that other ball there. Because Stubbs just going to get a free ball if he has any sense.
Well,
you never want to have a ball count like this, or you've only got 1 or 2 balls left, and the other guy's got all his balls because, this is just it's easy in this situation to get a free ball. And what does Stubb do? The exact wrong thing. He's going to try to run out. I would have tried to get a free ball.
Yeah, he's going to play the combo.
He can get out here, but if he doesn't get out, he could lose the game.
He's trying to do 2 birds with 1 stone here, Steve. He's trying to make the combo and split the 2 yellows.
No, he didn't.
Oh, no, he's not. He's just trying to tie it up. I'm surprised at that.
What you want to do in this situation is get a free ball so that you can resolve your problems. That's, this game, that free ball makes this game quite a bit different than playing the normal pool type 8-ball games where, all you get is ball in hand. That free ball is super powerful. Getting ball in hand is great, but getting a free ball is really great.
Oh, it's the thing we were saying the other night there, that when you've got a table that's not necessarily in your favour, but you've got more of your balls on the table than your opponent, then you have to try and get that free shot to deal with the problem. You have to duck and dive. Yes, I will do coldest pillow.
See,
most certainly.
Again here, all he's got to do is come off this 1 yellow and split those 2 up, go off the long rail, and come down and pin it against the yellow that's on the end rail.
Oh, I don't think that's going to work.
All he's got to do, he has a chance to split these yellows and just bring the cue ball over and lock them on the back of that one that's frozen on the rail. You see what I'm saying, Hugh? Hit the 2 yellows together, hit the far one, come off the long rail and lock them on that
a little
one that's on
2 railer or a 1 railer.
It's a simple shot. That's what you want to do in these situations. Get a free ball.
Yep, just a little kiss and then...
And that was the right shot. You really want them locked on the back of the other one, but that's probably good enough.
Well, Mark can, even if he goes to the rail, he can hit it.
But there's a good chance Stubbs going to get a free ball.
Yeah, his odds are not great. Let's just say that.
And if he does hit it successfully, you just do the same thing again and try to lock him against that ball.
Well, let's look at the yellow next to the 8 ball. The yellow next to the 8 ball is an issue. So Stubbs got 2 issues, but 1 free shot. So it's
but here's the thing: is you can clear that up and then play safe again.
Yeah.
He's also got this ball on the end rail. It'd be nice to get that off the end rail a little. He could bump that ball off the end rail and then just bump this ball by the 8 ball and then roll up on the one that's on the end rail.
Well, the thing that he's in a dilemma about is the fact that he's got ball in hand in the kitchen or from where he is. And I think that he's still obviously worried about that yellow next to the 8 ball. So
well,
the free shot.
the simple play to improve the table is run into the one that's against the rail and bump it over by the pocket and just leave the cue ball there and make him kick at it again. Especially because you've got this other yellow in the way. See the yellow would be in the rack? That would be in the way. So just roll over, bump this one against the rail over in front of the pocket and leave the cue ball right there. It's a simple shot. You can't screw it up. Markshark's got a really tough kick. I mean,
Stubb looks as if he's going for the break here.
Yeah, this is, yeah, see, that's why. I mean, because now he's still got the ball against the rail he's got to deal with. He had a simple shot that he could have played that would have solved his problems. See what he's got now with those 3 balls because he didn't play the simple shot
now
and
he's
get
in
another
trouble.
free ball. Now he's in trouble. Now, again, from here, you want to play safe.
Well, he's going to try and...
I would just brush this ball that's close to him. And
Stubb isn't like that. He's going to try and come up maybe inside the 8 ball down the far side to try and see anything of these 2 yellows. And even then, if he finishes that side, he's going to be hard pushed to make anything from them, from this side.
I'll tell you what, you know, I mean...
No, he's trying to leave the cut. That's what he's doing.
If Stubb plays anybody that can shoot halfway decent that understands how to play this game, he can't win. Because he should have won this rack a long time ago, and it should have been really simple. He doesn't understand how to win when he's got a bunch of balls on the table and the other guy's got 1 or 2.
I mean, I think the most valid point with this game is that when you've got a free shot, you're in complete control of the table. It's your choice what you want to do. So when you look at the lay of the table, you have to take it to your advantage. And
he got lucky, and he still may lose.
Yeah, I don't know whether Mark can get to that red enough.
He may have to twist it a little. But you know, if you're Mark, you're just happy you got to the table. You've got a chance. You got to go for this. Even if you have to twist this, you've got to try to make this ball.
Well, I think what I'd be doing is making sure that I don't... If I miss this yellow, I have to make sure the cue ball doesn't stay there, because you don't want to leave Stubb easy on that yellow that's on the top rail. That top rail yellow is not necessarily handy to get to.
That's the one he should have moved a long time ago and made Mark kick again.
Well, Semi-Pro says that all the time, Dwight. And he's going blasting. Now he's got nothing again.
I tell you, it's the same thing in one pocket. There's a lot of really simple shots you can shoot that put your opponent in really bad positions. And instead you see guys shoot like crazy stuff. It's like you could have just rolled over and bumped this 1 ball and the guy would have been really screwed, and instead you do something crazy. Do the simple thing.
Welcome to Brainful Out. Late night tonight. Well, Stubbs chosen to improve his yellow, and I think he's played a half decent shot this time because he's got Mark.
I'll tell you the problem with that shot, though, is all he has to do is come off the rail and just gently bump that ball.
Well, he's going to leave a cut in the other yellow, though.
He's going to leave a cut, but I would give him that cut because getting position isn't going to be that easy. See, this cut's no gimme, and then getting position on the ball up the table is no gimme either.
Stubb generally, you know, it's like, you know, you just put out the bait, he'll generally take... He'll bite.
Yeah, the only problem with this for Markshark is that
Stubbs in trouble.
Himself. The problem Markshark's got is that his ball's in a crappy spot.
Let's have a look. Oh, that's well, it's 0.5 millimeter off of touching the rail.
I think Stubb can make this. He's got to twist it. I don't think he can shoot it without twisting it, but he's kicking behind it.
Watch the cue ball.
Out.
There you go. That's amazing what happens, isn't it?
Here comes BS. I got to get the mute going.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be doing that. I don't like this up the rail. I'd be coming back off it because this side pocket is just as.
For sure. There's no way I'd go past the side
Oh,
pocket.
that was crazy, but it's gone in. I'll tell you, he was brave. He was brave there. Well, suddenly what looked like a crisis is now all over for the time being. It's back to 6-all.
Yeah, well, see, that was a game that if I was playing that game, I would probably win that game 99 times out of 100.
Yeah, because you would bury him. Yeah.
Because I would bury him, and I would improve my position, and I'd make him kick at it, and I'd get free balls, and I'd just torture him.
I think it's an ego thing with Stubb half the time as well. Well, not just Stubb. There's certain other players who've got the same slight problem with it. You know, they're trying to be the hero when they're not playing the common sense way.
I think it's people have not played games like straight pool and 8-ball and one pocket, and all they play is 9-ball, and then 9-ball is a super simple game. There's no decisions hardly at all. You've got to shoot the balls in order.
That's a legal shot because he was fully snookered.
So yeah, I mean, these games have a lot more choices than 9-ball, and there's a lot more strategy to them. And I just think Stubb is like a lot of players, just hasn't played these other games.
Yeah, he tries to adapt his 9-ball game to other games, and it doesn't work.
I mean, Markshark is, I'm not saying he's an end-all blackball player, but he understands this game better than Stubb does. And he's a decent player. I mean, he doesn't have the gear Stubb does, but that's, and you go, okay, well, Stubb has a lot higher gear. He can do a lot more on the table. Then, you think, well, then he should win. Well, except for the strategy here. And that's what it is for Stubb, strategy. You know what strategy is, don't you, Hugh?
Yeah, bad strategy. He was trying to.
It's a combination of tragedy and strategy.
He was contemplating trying to cut that yellow that's near the 8-ball down into this bottom right-hand corner pocket there for a second, and then he thought better of it.
Yeah, this is interesting here. Let's see what he decides to do. I think he can probably hold this cue ball up, shoot this one in the corner, and hold this cue ball up. It's light enough. I think he can hold it up for a shot down table.
Well, that corner pocket's a big corner pocket.
See, he's okay. As soon as he hit it like that, it's like, man, it better run into that.
I was looking to see whether, yeah, I mean, it is quite a big pocket, that, with the yellow next to it.
Well, he should be out. All he has to do is shoot a stop shot here, and then a stop shot. Why did he roll forward?
Now he's awkward.
All he had to do is shoot a stop shot, and he was perfect for this one in the corner to slide over for the next one up table.
Well, you see, he's been caught out with the cue ball again there. It hasn't run through as far as he thought it was going to run through.
But
it's a big pocket, like I say.
He could have shot the other ball with just a stop shot and had a nice little angle to come over.
Well, he's hit it clean.
I watch people make choices where they've got a really simple situation and they turn it into a really hard situation. I mean, that's frustrating.
Well, this is, you've got to get the 8-ball to the hole, but you've got to get the cue ball off the 2 rails back out.
I would have drawn this across.
Well,
see, I would have drawn that across and shot the 8-ball on the side. I would have drawn it above the 8-ball.
Well, here's a puzzle for Stubb to try and resolve. The first yellow he's going to take is more than likely the one into the side, unless he wants to have a slam thin cut at the one that's over the pocket and let the cue ball run.
Yeah, the problem is letting the cue ball run is it's probably not going to go in a place that he's going to like. He needs to get behind these balls or below them. He needs to either shoot them in the other corner across from the red or shoot them up table. I don't like this. This is just asking to go in off the 8-ball. I don't think you can avoid hitting the 8-ball, and it could go right up in the corner and off.
Yeah, he's going to take some of it. He might even actually pot the 8-ball. There's always a chance that could go up into the corner. Well, he's looked at his options, but I think he's back to first choice.
This is not the end of the world if you can control the cue ball, and he didn't. See, now he's in trouble because he's got to shoot this ball into the corner and get on those other ones. The other thing he could do here is actually take the cut, the left-hand cut on the one that's out there. But again, you know, how are you going to get behind these balls?
Well, he's going to go forward and across, isn't he, and try and get behind the one nearest the red first, I think.
You can go 4 rails off the one he's looking at. You cut that ball in the left corner and go 4 rails and come back around, and then you can shoot this other one up table. 4 rails and back to the it's a natural here to go 4 rails. So you cut that ball to the left and go end rail, long rail, end rail, long rail, and the cue ball comes back down towards the other yellow. You get behind it and you've won.
Well, he's going forward to try and drop over for that other one.
He's going to try to get him in the other corner, which, you know, the problem here is this light cue ball. I think he's going to hit the titty. If he hits this with any speed at all, he's going to hit the titty. This, I don't see how this is going to work. He should shoot my shot and go 4 rails. This cue ball is going to go straight sideways into the tip. Oh, it hit the 8 ball.
Caught the 8.
I didn't see that happening. Well, that, I don't know if he saw that happening, but that'll do it. I mean, now it's just a matter of, you know, getting over. You got to decide if you want to shoot this up table or you want to shoot this in the same pocket.
Yeah.
He's going to go up table. And you know what? I might do that too if I was like kind of dicey with this cue ball.
Well, this
only problem is he's got a funny angle to get back to the 8.
This is still not a gimme.
No, well, this isn't a gimme, and the 8 ball's not going to be any kind of gimme either. Unless he hits this and gets the cue ball to come across. And if you're going to hit this, it makes this shot a lot harder.
Well, in it goes.
And he played it soft, which made that shot easier, but now he's got to shoot this. You know, the strength of Stubbs' game is ball pocketing, but this is not dead yet.
Oh, I got way to the rail, way too soon. We'll be annoyed at that.
Yeah, that was missed pretty badly. And part of that's not playing on this table enough because, you know, this table you can't afford to hit the long rail on that shot. You know, you can be a little wide the other way, but coming up short, you know, I mean, you've got to get pretty close to the pocket.
Well, that was on Markshark's break, that, right? Snub breaks off. Trailing again.
Dry.
Well, Stubb was 6-3 up. Markshark's now won 4 in a row. And dry break as well from Stubb. Mark's committed to the reds. He's got a major problem with one red. I think he's just trying to get control of this pocket up here at this end or down at the bottom here. No, managed to squeeze in. Well, how does he deal with this? Well, that other red doesn't go either into the corner. How does he get to that? And there's one red handy, and he's went to try and get a hit. No joy.
Yeah, that he didn't really have the angle to get that done.
Well, again, this is, you know, how many balls does Mark want to keep potting here? Because he's not going to be getting much further pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think the play here is try to hang this red in the pocket in front of the yellow down there.
Yeah, down the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Might go in. That'll do.
Yep, that's a good shot. Now that one's probably close enough in that you probably can get it to follow in if you hit it good.
I think Stubbs more the sort of let's bash a ball, pot it, and try and get the cue ball down to hit the yellow and not the red in. Or is he actually playing for it? Maybe he is. Maybe he's going to call my bluff here.
No, you wouldn't want that angle on it. And I actually like shooting the other ball, not the one that's next to it. You want the optic
There you
ball
go.
rolling.
What did I tell you? I told you. I knew he was going for a blast.
Now, if this is me here, I'm playing safe. I'm shooting this one yellow and pinning
Just
the cue
killing
ball
it
on the back of the other one.
Yep, just kill it.
That's what I'm doing. I'm making him kick. Because when you play super aggressive like that, it's hard to keep running out all the time.
Oh, that's the way Stubbs sees it. He's a one-trick pony when it comes to that. That's the only way he sees it. The table's there to be ran out, and he's desperate to do it, and sooner or later he ends up in trouble.
But what play gives you the highest chance of winning? So you make that play and make him kick at it, even if you don't get a free ball.
Look at where he is in this yellow.
Yeah.
I mean, this is.
Let me tell you what. You play a guy that keeps locking you up, and you're kicking and kicking. What do you think's going to happen to your brain?
Yeah, get fried.
I mean, it's a powerful strategy to just put people in trouble all the time. If it's somebody that's really a good player and they played a lot, it probably won't bother them. But for anybody on VP, they'd probably go crazy.
Watch all pockets here. He's going for the cut. This cue ball could hit the red. It could scratch. You could do anything here. Got to get the pace in it.
It's going to hit the red. I think he's probably going to be okay, though. He doesn't have to hit this that hard.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad he's muted because there'll be a whole pile of bullshit there. Well,
wow.
Stubbs had a big brain fart, or was that a mouse fart? Oh dear. Well, Mark's now in a dilemma. He's got ball in hand in kitchen or from where he is. I don't know whether he wants to. Does he want to just dink that there as it is? Well, look, that's a choice. So of course he's got the free shot.
I'd shoot the one he's closest to myself.
Well, we never heard. I mean, that wasn't a miscue. That was just he's hit the ball too soon, wasn't it? He's hit it in, at the wrong time there. I just don't like these balls being close together like this, because you're going to hit the other one, and you see now it's gone pear shaped a bit. See, that's what I didn't like about that.
Stubbs claiming he miscued. I didn't look like a miscue to me, but maybe you did.
Well, it didn't sound like it. Mind you, he hit it too soft. But this is not a gimme now. This is no guarantee this is going to finish nice. And that ain't nice.
Yeah, well, this is a real fail to have a free ball with three balls left on the table. And,
Markshark's got to slap himself about the head here if he can't get out.
I mean, this is
a golden opportunity. The mistake from Stubb, and in it goes. That was a good recovery. I think he knew fine well he was a numpty if he didn't get out there after having that free ball, that free shot.
Well, I'm going to put him in numpty category anyway.
Well, he should never have been there. He's a numpty for getting there.
All right, something went down. Yeah, he's got one of each. Well, this is interesting. So the yellows are real good except for the two that are together.
Right. So do you play the long? Well, no, you don't. What am I talking about? It's still an open table, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough because if you wanted to be aggressive and you were confident, you cut this one yellow and let the cue ball run into the 8, and then that gives you the angle to shoot the one in the side pocket and break these 2 yellows up. The biggest problem with the reds is obviously the one that's sort of in no man's land. But if you can get to that and move it, then reds are good.
Well, what about what if he takes the reds and the red that's over on the left side as we look near the side pocket, can he not bump that red into the yellow, clear the yellow away from the pocket and let the red control the pocket there, or maybe go in?
You're letting the guy to the table trying to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to knock it over by your other red. And no, I think he makes this and shoots the red on the rail and tries to run into that other one.
Well, he's chosen the reds to start with, so he's going to have to deal with it.
See, he's perfect there to run into this other red.
Well,
he's going to have to put English on it, though, to do it.
This is a critical shot for improvement, and he's caught the yellow, and he's missed the red.
Yeah, that was a little tricky.
Well, let's see. Well, see, Stubbs now looking as if he's going to go for this yellow straight away here. I think I'd have been biding my time and leaving that shot there as an option to get to those 2 yellows and bump them open. He might be going for the acrobatics. Yes, he is.
And he's got a shot. Now the question is how is he going to do this? Because he's going to bump this yellow, so you might as well try to bump it and get a shot on it.
Oh well, he's got control of the pocket, but I don't think he'll have control of the pocket for too long, because this red's got to follow it in. Surely, let's have a look. That's got to drop in after the yellow.
Yeah, I would think Stubb would be shooting that now. Maybe he's looking at trying to clear this other red out now. But you know, the other red goes up table. If he can get on this red by the corner, he could, you know, without this angle.
Well, Markshark might never be as good on that red as he was 2 seconds ago to not have played that red to follow in.
He can try to run into it here and shove it at the pocket. Didn't, but he's behind it. That might be enough. He's got to shoot it now. He's got to shoot.
Well, he might be leaving it as a last resort, and I don't think that's wise to play the combo. Play the follow-in.
Yeah, the problem with that following is he was going to have to do a lot with the cue ball, which makes that following a lot harder if you're going to hit it hard.
Well, he's going to leave the yellow that's in the bottom left-hand side to cut it in and come across for the 8 ball. That's the shot to get to the 8 ball.
At this point, I think he's going to lose because Stubbs going to run out here.
Well, it's important that he leaves a big enough angle so that this last yellow will cut in and the cue ball will naturally just drop across. What he doesn't want to do is to have to try and force it across for any reason. So it's not 100% guarantee he's going to get out. It's all to do with what he leaves himself on this yellow.
Well, he should be able to get on this no problem. That was a smart play, putting the cue ball along the rail. So it gives you a little cut back. You can get the thing out. Well,
see, that's too straight.
That was not smart.
See, that's what I'm saying. You know, he's going to have to thump this now.
It was a simple situation. Yeah. All he had to do is go forward and off the long rail.
Yeah, but the commentators, I seen it coming. I mean, I knew they had to get good on this yellow. If you don't get good on it,
you know, he's that stupid.
I mean, Stubb doesn't have the eye of the tiger. I do.
That was a simple situation. All you had to do is follow forward a little left. English, off the long rail. Obviously, you know that where the yellow's sitting, you have to get it out. You see, that's now leaving him to have to dig out a cut here. Yeah, well, he's done well to get there. It was a good shot just to get to where he is. That was no trivial shot he just hit there.
This to get back within one. And he's hung it up. Oh, he's going to be really annoyed now. But we knew where that was coming, though. We knew where it was coming.
He has a simple situation. He leaves himself straight in on the yellow.
Yeah. Always, I mean, if anything, you make sure you overhit it slightly, so you do create that angle so that the cue ball has to naturally come across. Naturally coming across is the far easier shot, because you have nothing to do other than pot the other ball. And that's a gift and a half there for Mark. But
well, so now he's going to be saying that he should get a rematch on this. He should get a rematch against Cobra for the 10 ball.
Well,
this is the list is growing.
Well, the difference is, though, there's still a match to be won here. That's the difference. It ain't over till it's over, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, Stubb keeps playing like this, it's going to be over.
Well, Stubbs broke. A couple of balls have gone. Open table, probably yellows. More than likely, he's got a situation up top that he can, if he can get into the gap right now, he could deal with it, and I don't think he has. He's going to have to play the combo. But he's got to get onto that yellow there, into this corner, or at least bump it out of there. And now he's perfect for it. He should be able to do that. He's got to leave the little angle, though. Can't just leave this dead straight. That's better. He's got the little angle he can work with. He's got to be careful that he doesn't hook himself here if he runs straight through. If he's trying to play the other yellow that's next to your tippy, next to the cue ball, before he gets the other one. So you see now, he's got a dinky little shot to play here to go on that last yellow. This is not nothing guaranteed. Because this cue ball's going to start running as soon as he makes the cut, and who knows how much of the 8 ball it's going to catch, if any, or whether it's going to come skimming straight across and land right on top of the yellow. Right, so he's caught the 8, and now the 8's dead in the water. Hang on a minute. Yep. Well, things ain't happening here for Stubb.
Well, I mean, he can move it here.
Yeah, he's going to
end up with.
He's going to blast it.
You don't need to blast this, because the 8 ball is going to go over on the rail. You really want to control this.
He's got to watch it
real solid so the cue ball sits there.
Yeah, but have you not got to miss the first red, though, Steve? If you hit the first red, who knows how much you could hit that red and come off it and do nothing with the 8 ball.
But from where this is, it's pretty easy not to hit that first red.
Well, let's see.
Just hit it with a teeny bit of inside, and you know, the trickiest part here is this light cue ball, because it's going to want to go a little further out.
Well, the thing is, if he also cuts, if he hits the other red, he's going to cut the 8 ball to the rail, and who knows where the cue ball's going to finish. Cue ball could end up in this corner here and 8 ball here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to hit the red by the 8 ball and not too hard, and get the cue ball to not move very far.
Well, you see, he's went for the old.
It's pretty predictable.
The old missile technique.
So, now in this situation, if you're Markshark, other than Stubb making the 8 ball here, you shouldn't lose. Now, if you're Stubb, you want to hit this at pocket speed, so if it doesn't go in, it sits by the pocket. Because if you get that 8 ball sitting by the pocket, you know, it makes it, even though you got a huge advantage, it makes it like if you make a mistake, you would lose. But now where it is, it's like, this is pretty simple.
Well, we say pretty simple. You know, the first thing he's got to do is work out how to get onto this red into the side where the 8 ball is. That's the first thing he has to negotiate.
Yeah, but he's got a ball near it.
I mean, he can get low to it right now if he plays the one that's to the left of his cue. If he plays that one and stuns up the table,
he's got a ball near it. See, he's playing to improve his table position.
Yeah, he could regret that though.
Well, the biggest
Stubb
problem
could cut
is he
this
left
in.
Stubb a shot.
Yeah, Stubb could cut this in. You know,
the 8 ball cuts in. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing what he did, but you got to execute. You can't leave this shot, because the guy's going to shoot it. He's got no choice. I mean, this shot's makeable.
That's a good effort. Well, Markshark is going to feel a numpty at that, because that was silly.
Well,
that was asking for trouble. He was trying to cover, obviously get the full snooker, but when you don't get it right and then that happens to you, it makes you feel an idiot for not playing the shot properly.
Well, it was just a stop shot too, and he shot just a stop shot, but he was selling out doing that. I mean, it's.
Well, what's worse that can happen there is the sequence of events in the last rack, Markshark breaking off the next rack and then scratching.
In that situation, he could have, shot a couple balls trying to get up on his trouble ball, and if he didn't, he still has plenty of balls to play safe with.
You see, in that situation there, Mark, I don't think he had his head screwed on properly there. He's got a decent little lead, and all you have to do is play sensible. And that wasn't the sensible shot. And he's paid the price. The only thing he's got here is a lifeline with this red next to the 8 ball, so he's got time to do something in this rack yet. And of course, if Stubb makes a mistake,
able to get to it right now. Well, he didn't.
Well, he's missed the pot.
Now, the 8 ball is not a big problem where the one yellow is. This other yellow down here by the red is.
Now, hang on a minute.
He can play for it now. He can shoot this yellow on the side and slide over and shoot this yellow that is near the red. It's not going to do it. See, I don't like making a bunch of balls in this situation. Last rack, when he had all those reds, he could have made some of them and tried to get on his trouble balls. And if he didn't, he still has plenty of reds to play safe. Because there's no other balls on the table but the black. When you got this situation where your opponent has a lot of balls on the table, you don't want to make balls unless you have a way to run out.
Wow.
And he doesn't seem to be playing, a plan here. The 8 ball's still in trouble. He just moved the ball he had to get the 8 ball out of trouble.
Why doesn't he bank his yellow into the table and just give Stubb the table? Because I can't see it's going to be easy to deal with that red over by the 8 ball.
Well, I wouldn't just give Stubb the table, but what he's doing now, where he's trying to bump balls with very low percentage shots. All he's doing is taking balls off the table. This is how you lose. Now he's down to 2 balls, and Stubb's got 4. His advantage is Stubb.
Of course, the other thing as well is Mark still got the problem also with the 8 ball.
Well, the thing is, he's got a chance to get it right now.
It's tight.
He can make this yellow, and I'm not saying it's easy, but he's got a chance.
It's tight. But,
the thing is, if somebody gets out on the table like this, doing all this crazy shit, and then people are like, "Oh, great out" and stuff like that.
Well,
whereas the way the rack was played was wrong. It wasn't the best way to win the game.
Well, that's the one way to lose it, is what he's just done there, because he's freed up the red in the 8 ball, and that 8 ball can be got at. Now Stubb just needs to thin cut this into the side and he'll be home and dry.
Yeah, and he's going to be perfect on this ball.
That's
it, folks.
He's got to play this one now. I don't think he wants to hang off on this.
Of course not. It's sitting perfect.
Got to play it now. He's just. I mean, there's nothing to worry about. Well, I suppose the only thing to worry about is if how he connects with the 8 ball and whether he ends up hooking himself in the one up the top of the table. But
if he hits this 8 ball, it's just going to be a brush.
Well, he's missed it altogether.
Oh, that's stupid.
Well, he's still favourite, isn't he? I mean, the best Mark's going to get is a bank on this 8 ball.
Oh no, I think you get something besides a bank.
Well, do you think he's going to run into it and hopefully get it in play?
Of course he's going to run into it. It's easy to run into it, and if you hit it right, it'll kick it towards the pocket down here, the corner pocket. Right? He needed to get behind it. He hit it first. He needed to come in on the rail behind it.
I was right again here. It's going to be a bank, a crossover bank, I think.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of surprised. If you're not quite sure where that's going, you want to hit that with a lot more speed.
Yeah, to get
Because,
it really moving.
yeah, I mean, if you got the control to come behind it and bump it, that's fine, do that. But if you don't, it's better to hit it with some speed and get it the heck out of there.
Well, things start to play in your mind now. Maybe when you're Markshark, you were 9-6 up, you've done something stupid in the last rack, and then of course you couldn't get out in this one, and Stubbs back to within one, and Stubbs going to be breaking next rack.
Well, if you look at the pattern here, these guys are both giving a lot of games away. So what they're playing right now is called giveaway. They're not playing blackball, they're playing giveaway. And they both keep giving racks away that, they probably should be winning. You do this against semi-pro and you give him a couple racks, plus he's going to be running a bunch of racks, and, you end up losing 13-2. I mean, these guys just keep giving racks back and forth to each other.
Well, this is a big rack coming up.
It has made it an interesting match, though. I mean, it's a very close match. Is anybody rooting for Stubb? Do we have any Stubb fans out there? Chimpy must be rooting for Stubb.
Well, Markshark is going to get first shout here because it's dry. Now, where do you go from here? Those two yellows that he's right next to.
You almost have to take the yellows. I mean, just because the reds down there that aren't in great shape.
Well,
I mean, they're both doable, but I would take the yellows.
Yeah, there's a problem here at this end of the table with that red being there. I mean, it's asking a lot to pot that yellow and then get good on this one. But there's a one in the top rail as well, so there's a, you've got to play well to get out here. No doubt about it.
Well, when you have all those balls close together, that's really a straight pull situation. If you play a lot of straight pull,
picking your way through them, yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't played a lot of straight pull, it looks easy, but guess what? It's not. It's one of those situations where this looks like I can just go dink, 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 and next thing you know, you're funny and you're screwed. Well, this is interesting. I'm not sure I'd be shooting this ball, especially with part of a pocket.
I don't know whether he can see enough of the other one to cut. Yes, he can see enough of the other one to cut it.
Well, that was not a good choice because he's putting English on it, trying to hold it into a partial pocket. I mean, I look at it from this point of view. In this situation, you let your opponent get to the table, there's a good chance you're losing. He may say, oh, I've got really good table position. I got balls in front of the pocket. Stubb won't be able to run out. But you know what? Those balls are runnable. All you have to do is get behind it, and you can shoot that one red up table. I mean, you can't afford to give up the table in that situation.
Right, so problems here for Stubb. Two reds that aren't exactly the easiest to access. He's trying for a bump again.
All he had to do was play some precision shape and shoot that ball up table.
Yeah.
You bump it, all you can do is bump it into the other yellows. What good does that do you? I mean, all he had to do was slide it behind it and shoot that ball up table.
I already won yesterday. You left the room and fled. Well, Stubbs doing the old habit again here. He's keeping potting balls and trying to get out.
Well, I mean, the way he plays,
this is him just trying to be a hero again. He's trying to, it's an ego trip for him. It's an ego trip.
But the thing is he was in a situation where he had a shot that he could play to.
Well, get yourself out of that then.
He could have played when he shot that one on the side and slammed it. He could have just slid over and played a precision shot up table.
I'll tell you what, he was lucky there. He could actually see his red, but he's potted the yellow. And Markshark's now got control.
So Mark should shoot this ball that's on the rail here.
Yeah, the one up top side, yeah, he needs to get that into play just for safety's sake.
Just get that thing off the rail.
Oh, see, why is he playing these two first? I mean, if it's me...
You can make these from anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to get that one out of there, because you don't want to have to be cutting that.
Well, that shot can be missed. How many times have we seen players miss it, hang that up in the pocket?
I don't understand why he doesn't see the obvious thing that had to be dealt with. You had to get this into the table. You don't want to be playing dinky shots along the rail with that and doing that, and then not covering the pocket. I mean, that is just stupid. I mean, that is just not thinking.
We said Markshark plays this game better than Scott. We didn't say he played it well.
Well, this is the type of thing that gets me in a rant with a lot of players. I rant about it, and folks say, "Oh, you're too hard on them." I mean, that there's just stupid. You know, Mark's he's got more sense to do that. The first thing with free shot is deal with that awkward yellow you don't want to be tinkering with along the rail, where you have to get the cue ball out, and then you hit it a wee bit too hard, and it does what it's done and opened up the pocket and gifted the rack to Stubb.
No, this is a must perform. He's got to shoot this ball. You got no choice but to try to bank this ball.
Yeah, I mean, if Markshark gets out of this, he can consider himself fortunate that he gets a second chance at it.
You gotta watch the kiss here too. There's a kiss here if you hit this.
Yeah, the double kiss is on. Now, if that yellow was closer to the pocket, I don't know what he's tried there.
He didn't hit it very
well.
good.
That's one way to get it safe, isn't it?
Well, unfortunately, that's not safe.
Now, here's a question, Steve. You know, how do you get to the 8-ball? It sounds easy. How do you get to it? Well, to me, I would much rather play this open one to get to the 8-ball than I would the tight one in the corner. I mean, you can dink it in and then leave the long 8-ball, but...
Yeah, I'd leave this, and then, you know, you shoot that one in the corner, and I'd come 2 rails, and if you come up on top of the 8-ball, you can always just play safe.
I see he's dead straight. He's dead straight.
2 rails, just like that. But he didn't open. He didn't put English on it. Well, this is where you just dink this 8-ball and play safe. But see, yeah, make Stubb kick at it.
Yeah.
And that's the right thing to do. Now Stubb will probably hit this ball, but he's got to make it. Well, he didn't even hit it.
Well, Markshark's he's got out of a hole here.
Well, if you can't win with a free shot from here, something's wrong.
Well, Paul, I'm talking about using your comments. I keep saying it. I mean, thinking. Players do not think. They don't look at a situation like that and say, right, hang on a minute here. I've got a free shot. What's my problem that I don't want to put myself in a situation. My problem is that yellow in the rail. It's a bit tight to the rail. If I'm at an angle, I'm going to have to push it along, and it might not go in. You know, you've got to not necessarily think the negative side, but you've got to think of where could this go wrong. Well, it'll go wrong if I leave that yellow where it was.
Maybe stupid is a poor choice of words. Uneducated might be better choice of words. That, you know, just don't understand how to play.
Well, Semi-Pro would be ranting there as well, because you have to deal with that yellow.
Yeah,
you know, get it off the rail.
He's played this game tons.
Do anything, get it off the rail and leave yourself sitting pretty. You know, Markshark got off the hook there. He should learn his lesson from that one.
Oh, he won't. That's the thing. That's the thing that probably irritates me the most is that players keep doing the same thing over and over again, and we do these streams where these mistakes are being pointed out. You would think that they would watch the stream and, you know, learn something.
Yeah, no,
then you watch them and they do the same thing.
Nope, they don't want to. They don't think, right, well, let's try and get my game to a better game. But if they keep doing the same numpty stuff every time,
oh, that's terrible.
The game goes nowhere.
But you can't put it here. And the reason why you can't put it here is you got no chance. You needed to come down table and give yourself a chance to pot that ball and slide over and get on another one.
This is going to double kiss, isn't it? Nope. Well, it's worked out. Oh, he's maybe hooked himself.
No, he's okay.
Oh, he's got it. And it's a tricky little dink here again, just
yeah,
to... It's got half a
problem is
pocket.
the side pocket is, yeah.
Oh, this is dicey. I don't think he wants to try and do any acrobatics here. I think he's got to take his medicine here and just play for it.
Well, try to get real good on it.
Yeah.
That's the thing is if you know you got a situation here like that, you want to get really as straight as you can on that 8-ball.
And the thing is, you can't take very much of these jaws at all. You can't take any much of the bump. It's just going to come back towards you.
Yeah, it's a lot tighter than it looks.
Well, where's he going?
I got no clue.
Well, that's got me baffled. That's got me completely baffled.
Because if he wanted to shoot it up table, it doesn't go up table anymore.
No.
Yeah, see that ball was in the way. That's like, it's like. I can shoot it by that ball, even though it looks like there's no way it'll go. I can shoot it by it.
Right, so now I'm asking the question, what went through Markshark's mind when he looked at that last pot that he had there to get on the 8-ball? What was going through his mind that he couldn't hold the cue ball there to get that 8 into the side, or at least have a shot on it into the side?
All he had to do was roll it. I mean, I'm sure he didn't like that, but the problem is the shot he tried to get on wouldn't go because the red was in the way.
Yeah.
It's more craziness.
I mean, it's like players they get to a certain position like Markshark's in, and then it's about, let's find a way to how I can lose this. Let's see what I can do to just not finish the rack off. Having said that, I played my worst 9-ball the other night there. So I did. I made far too many mistakes, and I had the wrong mouse in for a start. That's my excuse. But I changed it too late, and then with the ultimate humiliation, I scratched on the last shot to give them ball in hand to win the match.
Well, somebody ought to go back and watch the stream and see how many times players give racks away, because it's been like almost every rack.
It's been a gift fest. This, I mean, this is Christmas come early half the time. Well, Stubb's been allowed to get to just hang in there. I mean, Mark, if he'd done this right, could have been home and dry. He could have been home and driving out. As it is, there's only one in it.
Oh,
Stubb's
that's a good
break.
And Stubbs got a big advantage, I think, in breaking and running out. If he can get balls on the break and get a good table, because he is pretty good at running out.
Well, again, there's hardly a situation where there isn't a problem to be dealt with now. That the red clearly, I think, clearly goes. Yes, it does go next to the 8-ball. It goes up into the corner.
Yeah, he needs to run into that yellow that's on the rail here. That's what you want to do, is gently bump that. Make sure you get a shot and get that red out of there.
This looks a good enough line. I don't think he's hit it though. I don't know what that was.
For the one in the side pocket, and that's not a bad idea. Make the other one, shoot the one up in the corner, and shoot the 8-ball. I don't understand why he's doing that.
Well, this is whatever he does here is tricky, because he's going to have to.
No, is
he going to have to bump the yellow?
He needed to roll that and then shoot the one on the rail and then shoot this one out here. He played shape for this one out next to the 8-ball. That's a huge mistake, because now he's gonna. This is tricky to get a shot on this red. This is not the shot you want.
See, it's tight, and he's got to punch it through. He's had to bump off that. He's now going to thin cut the red.
And this is no easy situation either, because you kind of got to decide how you're going to play this speed-wise. Are you going to bump the yellow? You're not going to bump the yellow. He decides to bump the yellow and hits it perfect.
He's good. And
that was a really nice shot there.
Now Mark's got a match on that he didn't want.
Well, and this is Stubb's advantage. If Stubb can break well, I mean, he is good at running out.
So 10 apiece, Mark breaking. And the ball is going in, but the 8-ball's going in as well.
Yeah. And that's a little bit of a bad break there because he had a good break. He had a ball in. Now he's got a re-break, and now it could be dry.
Yeah, you're right enough.
Yeah, that wasn't a good break. Now the good thing for Mark is that this table is going to be pretty hard to run out, and
yeah, there's
any kind of strategy game Stubbs not good at.
There's a couple of issues to get resolved.
Well, I see some blasting coming.
Oh yeah, we're going to be ramping it up here in a second. Probably right now, as a matter of fact.
Well, he could take a swing at this right now if he wants. I mean, he's got to get that one red out. He could shoot that in the same pocket he's shooting this one. I would just draw this back, shoot the one on the rail, and see, I wouldn't have done that. I would have drawn it back, shot the one on the rail, and then shot this one that's underneath. Now he's just going to blast again.
Well, no, I think he's going to cut the red that is the red that's behind the two yellows. He can cut that now and get rid of it.
He doesn't see that one.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be taking this one. He's going to cut that one. In or over the pocket will do for the time being. Now, the question is whether he can get out of there clean enough. Yeah, he's got out. So there's one other problem, which is the one red in the middle of the four yellows, and it's blocked into, well, 2.5 pockets. In fact, it doesn't go into the side either. Looking across there, it goes into the one side pocket. But how do you get here to play that red? So this is a problem up ahead for Stubb.
We'll get to it right now.
Now this is it's a little delicate pot, and just let the cue ball drift across, but you don't want to bump the yellow.
No, you're gonna have to maybe put a little English on it. The fact that the cue ball is light will help. You could even run into the red if you wanted to here. I'm not saying that's the right play.
No,
if I was going to run into it, I wouldn't do it at that speed.
He's resorted to the old Stubb technique.
Well, the problem with that speed is you're just taking a chance on where the balls are going to end up. You know, he didn't have to do that. He could have bumped it easy.
You know, if you play the shot that we were talking about, then at least you've got a general idea where the cue ball is going. Okay, it might bump the yellow or it might bump the red, but at least it's not running loose and going wherever it might go. And now he's a tricky situation here as well. I mean, he's got the red down the table, but I don't know why he's looking across here.
You can just shoot this red and kind of stop it, and
let's have a look at the next one. End.
I don't know why he's shooting.
He looks as if he's going to try and cut that past the other one.
I would rather shoot this one right next to me, and then shoot the one he's shooting it now next, and then because then you don't have any problems getting on the 8-ball. If he goes this way, he's going to have to get back down table for the 8-ball.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, see if he doesn't get this in. This table is asking to be run out. Well, he's got it.
Yeah, he's gonna get this thing now. Let's see what kind of angle he's got.
He's got a little angle.
He doesn't have a great angle on this. Yeah, it's good enough. This is a little funny with this cue ball. You probably got to hit this harder. Well, actually, he's just going to dink this.
He's dead weighting it, yeah. Just dead weighting it so it's a roll in the 8-ball.
So in real life, you wouldn't want this shot. You'd never trust the table to roll flat.
Well, now it's a different ball game for Markshark. He's trailing 11-10, and Stubb is going to be breaking.
Well, whoever ends up losing this is made enough mistakes that they didn't have it.
This is looking... Oh, yellow's gone in at the last second. And well, how's that other yellow there?
Yeah.
That's the one that needs moving. That's stuck to the red.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to take reds here. Shoot that one red in the corner and bump into that red-yellow. It'll shove the yellow over and jam up the other yellows. I would actually be hitting this pretty firm right now.
Yeah, just trying to get into that right across.
I wouldn't blast it, but I'd hit it with some speed. See, that was a blast. And the problem with that blast is that, see how the cue ball just hops straight sideways with that light cue ball? He needed to hit that easier and get into the... See, now all he's done is moved all the balls that were sitting there that could help him break this one red out.
And they've all gone.
Now on a deserted island. It's all by its lonesome.
And if Stubb keeps doing what he's generally going to do, which is try and just keep potting balls...
Oh, now he's just going to keep flailing around.
Well, Markshark...
Here we go again. Here comes try number 2 at it.
Yeah, Markshark is going to have a chance with those 2 yellows that's up there to duck and dive up there if Stubb keeps potting reds. He's going to have one other good go at it off the red that's over on the right side. He's going to try and do the same thing and stun across or spin into the red and yellow.
Yeah, well, all he's doing is ensuring that Markshark should win the game by potting all these balls.
Yeah, and he's only got one shot at getting good on this red to actually be able to play the shot we're talking about. And there's no guarantee he's going to be doing that.
He's a little funny here. Well, and he's breaking it out with no other reds left on the table, so if he doesn't come up with a shot on the one he's breaking out, he's screwed. I mean, there's so many things wrong with how this is playing out. And that's no good.
That ain't it. But he's going to blast it nevertheless.
Oh, he's got a touching ball here too.
Oh, right. Hang on a minute. He might be blocked off.
Screwed. Yeah, he's screwed.
No, I think
I don't think he can shoot this. I think he's screwed.
Oh, it looks very, very tight. He can play this clean.
Oh, he can't play this clean. There's no way.
I think
he's screwed. I'm telling you right now, Hugh.
Oh,
commentator's eye. He's screwed.
Well, I think Stubb would know as well, because I think he doesn't seem too keen on it. It looks very, very, very tight to catch any of that red and not foul this yellow.
He's screwed. He's going to have to shoot a masse shot or kick off the rail. He's screwed. You may try to kick down here below this one that's on the end rail. I mean, that's kick down there and bump it, because I think Markshark's, at this point, Markshark's should win. So I'd lightly kick at the red that's down on the rail next to the other red. I just real lightly kick at it. Yeah, so I don't like that, because
well, at least
it's time to get locked up.
Yeah, it's a legal shot though. So the thing is, it's left Markshark with something to actually think about and do something right.
Well, the best thing about it is that it didn't leave Markshark with a simple safety. He's going to have to do something here to get safe.
Well, he can do the little dink and try and duck in behind his other yellow. I mean, off the two yellows that are on the side.
I don't think that'll work, because the cue ball will fit between the yellow and the rail. You can't do that, because you can leave it, or you can get to that red.
I don't think he needs to.
Why is Markshark saying what happened?
I don't know. That's too hard. That was far too hard.
Yeah, I didn't like that play. I would have tried to play something where I took the cue ball up table towards the corner, because you had 3 balls and an 8 ball there as blockers.
Well, he's got a touch like a sledgehammer. I mean, if he was more in control of his mouse there, he would have dinked that nice and gentle, not bumped anything.
But the cue ball would go between the rail and the yellow. That shot was just no good, just because of that. You could have had touch of a butterfly, it wasn't going to be any good.
Well, well, this is a must when you're trailing 11-10. This is how your nerve going to hold now.
Well, I mean, the thing is you don't have to run this rack out. You know, if you get funny, you can just play safe.
Well, although it's only a computer game, the type of competition it is a test of mental strength. So it is a test of whether you're up to it. You know, this is a table that is, let's be honest, is not that difficult. He's difficult right now where he is in this yellow because he's got to get it. He's got to get the cue ball in a good line, and I don't think he's in it. Well, he's got one up table, as you know, maybe two. Oh, he's dead straight in that one. He's going to run into the 8 ball. And he's got to think it's a major failure if he can't get out.
Yeah, this is where you got to think real carefully about these 3 balls, what pattern you're going to play. Because,
suddenly the yellow that's right next to his cue ball looks a bit isolated. So it does.
Yeah, he needs to get on this yellow in the side pocket real good. I think that's what he's going to play. He needs to make sure he gets real good. Oh, he's backing this up. I take it back. He's going to shoot this one up in the corner. And this is a little funny. I think he's going to... The shot here is to stun this back to the long rail. He's going to go forward, which... With this cue ball, I would stun it back. Yeah, he is going to stun it back. Good. This is pretty natural. Especially with this cue ball, it's going to want to widen up a little. Make that and come up and shoot the 8 in the side. You could also shoot the 8 in the corner. That looks like what he's going to do. Yep. So.
Well, it'll be a sigh of relief for Mark.
It looks like it's going to be 11 apiece. You know, this match has been good. We've been going 2 hours. It
seemed like 4. That's because my brain went to bed 2 hours ago.
Well, I will say that the game should have been over a lot faster when they get in these moving games. The reason why the moving games are taking so long is because they don't understand how to play.
Mm-hmm.
You watch semi-pro play and watch his matches, and they're fast. They're not just fast because it runs out. They're fast because when he gets in a moving game, he knows what to do, and the game gets over quick because of it.
Well, Mark's break was dry again. If you take reds as a problem up top of the table, you get 2 reds that are not exactly accessible.
I mean, yellows look a lot better.
Now yellows, if you take yellows, then you can certainly get to those 2 yellows off either one of these 2 yellows that are to the right of the 2 reds. So to me, yellows look more favourable in actually finding a way out.
If you're going to take yellows, you got to shoot that one that's on the rail pretty quick. No, he's not very straight on it. He's going to have to shoot one of these other ones over here. You needed to be straight on it. That's no good where he is. He's got to shoot one of these 2 over here. And you want to stun this and come back and shoot the other one. I would be shooting the one above, stunning it, letting it come off the end rail, and then shoot the other one. I'm not sure what he's looking at, but I think it's pretty obvious you're on it now. Stun that ball.
Now Markshark said, what time was that? 1:26. So Markshark said be right back, so he's probably gone for a bathroom break. But obviously Stubb's still at the table, so we'll see if he's back.
Well, he didn't stun it, and that was a mistake. But that ball does go in other pockets, so he's still okay. He got the one out that didn't want to go. So he should shoot this ball on the side and come down and shoot that ball that he left, and that's what he's going to do.
Now again, once he's played this yellow, in fact the angle he's got in this yellow, there's a bit of a decision to make here and where exactly he's going to go, because that yellow on the side rail.
He has to shoot the yellow on the side rail next. You can't.
He's got to get to that, because he's got to get out of there quick.
If it was me, it would have been the second ball I shot. Would have been that one on the side rail. I would have never left it till now. And the problem is, if he gets a little funny on it, you know, you get straight in on it, you're kind of screwed. You need a very slight angle so you can come off the rail. You know, it's just, you don't want to have this kind of shot where, you know, a quarter inch makes a big difference in what you can do with a cue ball. Yep, Deanster, this is a close game.
Yeah, we started at 11:30. We're almost 2 hours old here. I went to bed about 4 hours ago. I think
that's good.
I don't mean literally. I went in my brain. I went to bed 4 hours ago.
Stubbs looking at shooting this, and that's a huge mistake. He's got to shoot the one on the rail.
Yeah, I think the biggest worry there is if he shoots the one he's looking at, because it goes into the corner, how the hell is he going to get to the one that's down this end?
The reason why he wanted to shoot the one in the rail the second shot was because you could have just dinked it, and then those two yellows that were sitting there, you were on them. Now the problem is you got to put a little more speed on this, which means it's a lot harder to pot the ball. I
think he was contemplating.
He's just gonna dink it.
Yeah, he was contemplating stunning that and then dropping down for the yellow. I think that's why he looked at that first yellow.
That's why he should have taken it earlier. So, I mean, he's going to accept this shot, which is, you know, it's natural position. You just got to make the ball.
Yeah, but it's having to dig out a pot again, isn't it, to stay at the table?
Well, you know, this light cue ball might even hit this 8-ball. I think at least it'll hit it on the far side, though. Yeah, well, I mean, this is not the shot you want. There's no doubt about it. This is nobody's favorite shot.
That's going to the rail too soon.
Yeah, and that's all caused by, you know, not getting to that one on the side rail real early in the rack.
Well, there's one good thing about it. The one good thing about it in Stubbs' favour is that the two yellows are adjacent to one another, so he's got no problem getting onto either or. Should he pot the one over
if he gets
corner,
back to the table.
If he gets back to the table.
This is a very simple situation with the red by the side pocket. I think you can get to those two balls down there pretty easy.
Well,
now, I will say this: the one really gotcha in this situation is that if you shoot that and come down and bump those and don't come up with a shot, you got these blockers up here. I think what you're better off doing is see the red that's extended from the side pocket, getting an angle on that, drawing it into the end rail and into those two reds, because then you always have the red that's sitting in the side pocket.
Yeah, that's a bailout.
Ball.
Yeah.
So what I would do here is I'd shoot this one he's closest to, draw the cue ball back.
Oh, that's fatal. That's, again, just completely the wrong shot choice. You know, he's hoping he's playing a shot there where he has to get good, and good for him was hooking that cue ball behind the reds. All he's done is sold out to Stubb.
Well, it's interesting how people perceive the table.
Oh, it's amazing.
Because like Stubb doesn't see the shot that he should get to right away, and instead he goes to it late, and it costs him the game.
Yeah.
But then Markshark tries to get to those two balls right off the bat when he had plenty of time to do it.
That's all your eggs into one basket for Markshark. On 2 occasions he's done it.
The other thing is if you get the cue ball down close to him, you can always just bump the one red and stick the cue ball behind the other one and let Stubb kick at it.
Well,
I'm not saying that's a great play, especially with a ball hung in a pocket, and Stubb's funny.
That's just got to be the touch of a feather on the side of that 8-ball to get it in the hole.
I think he'll make this. This shot's not as tough as it looks. I think he'll make this shot. But it's not guaranteed.
Well, if he does, he's going to be breaking for the match.
I'll tell you what, this is a huge shot because it's for whoever gets on a hill. If you hit the near titty, it is not going in.
Oh,
Oh,
he's actually
he didn't
thinned it
hit
too
it?
much. Yeah. Well, here's a
It would have gone in on that line if you would
yeah.
have hit it.
Here's a pressure visit here now. Markshark now has got the 2 reds up table that are still a problem. Now is he going to try and duck
here's what
in
you
there
do.
straight away? No, you bide your time.
You just follow this one down. See, I would have followed
Yeah,
that
he
one
hasn't got
down,
it.
and then you play a safety and separate them and lock him
Now,
against the other one.
now he's going to keep potting balls until he tries to find another way to get down there, and it's not going to be an easy shot to get. He's going to have to play a dead weight like he tried the first time round and failed. Well, I can see what's happening here.
You just go down there and play safe. You don't have to break them out. That's
No.
the thing. And the more blocker balls he takes out, the easier it is for Stubb to get a kick at the 8 ball. See, here's the mentality. I have to break these out. I have to break these out.
Yeah, this is possibly heading for disaster. In fact, more likely it's going to.
You need to get the cue ball all the way down. You need to shoot this ball and get the cue ball all the way down like that. Okay. Now all you got to do is the lower one, just roll it
through. Roll it
That's
through.
all you got to do.
Oh, I don't think he's made a good effort at that either. Let's have a look. Oh,
no, he's left him a shot.
He's left him the pot, and he'll catch the knuckle. I think he'll catch the knuckle and come out. He's worried about it. I mean, I think he's got to play the cut, because I think any that you catch any of these knuckles in the side pockets is just going to come straight back out. Oh, he's tried the bank. Stubb didn't trust his eyes there.
Well, let's see. Did he get lucky?
Oh, he might have got lucky as well. Yeah, he has. And now Mark's got to come up with another touchy shot to try and duck behind that red up table.
I'll tell you the shot here is the red that he's blocked on is just thin the right side of that. Thin the right side of it.
He's trying to play the combo. Shot. Oh, it's dropped in. Oh, goodness me. I didn't think that was going to go.
Do here. Is he going to draw back into this ball? He's going forward. I don't like that.
Oh.
I would have drawn back into it and bumped it and got it better.
I'll tell you something, he could end up below this 8 ball here if he's not careful.
Yeah.
He's got to get the pace to pot it.
All he had to do was shoot that ball and draw back into it.
Oh, he might be finishing reasonably good on it though. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
This is another insane run out. Well, okay, this could be the whole match right here on this shot.
Oh, he's overdone it. He's overdone it by a country mile, but I'll tell you something, Stubbs not getting anything easy either. This is still to be sunk.
This is crazy. They are playing giveaway. Man.
Well, I still got to get it in the hole. And that's going to get in the hole.
And well, Stubbs breaking for the win.
Yeah.
Well, he did take a whole lot of time there to hit it.
Well, that's dry.
It's dry. Oh boy.
Well, this is this is a need to perform, Steve, as you say, and I don't think it's exactly perfect for running out either.
No, he's going to have to take the reds, and this is not an easy out. There's a lot of traffic.
And that red that's there, does that go anywhere? Well, it does go up table, but everything's too cluttered in here.
But I'll say this about these two guys. This skill level of player can win this tournament. But what it requires is playing the right way. And neither one of these guys is doing that. I mean, if you can pop balls and move the cue balls like these guys do, you could potentially be a winner in this tournament if you understand how to play the game and play good patterns.
I would say that it would be a sort of an outside chance of winning it, not when you consider you've got Albie and semi-pro there as strong contenders.
Well, now if you're Stubb, I would just try to make the yellow right now. I would do it now. It's sitting good. You're going to want to draw that ball back. Because drawing the cue ball will put some topspin on the object ball. He's not going to do it, but I would do it right now. Because what else are you going to do with that ball?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do as long as that's sat over the pocket. So
you just got to cut it to left because you want to hit that ball full and you want to draw it.
He's looking around at other options at the moment, but I think he's got to bite the bullet if you're trying to go for the win. Now, the yellow that's up there goes, so it's just about getting to it, and you can get to it off the other yellow.
Yeah. Do you have to draw this ball to get it to drop? No, but it helps it.
Nice. Is he overthinking things here?
Well, see, if he shoots this, if he doesn't try to follow that ball in, now he is forced to try to run into it from another shot.
Yeah, he'll be blasting somehow or other. And of course, there's blocking balls to stop the line to get to that corner, isn't there? Those three reds that are sitting there.
He's looking at trying it right now. And with that ball, you could just roll it. Because it'll have, once that ball is rolling, so when the ball is rolling, it wants to continue rolling. So if it rolls into the red, you know, some of the roll will come off, but it'll still have roll, and it'll roll forward and into the hole. He could just roll that ball right now and make it. And he's not going to shoot it, or is he going to shoot it? What are we going to do?
I think he's still studying the table to see how he can blast the ball to try and run up there. I think that's what he's looking at.
But this is the perfect situation to shoot it because you can roll that yellow into it. I mean, the thing is dead hung all the way in. All you have to do is hit it dead square, and that yellow will follow it in.
Yeah, but the thing that's confusing Stubbs is the three sort of defensive line reds that are sitting there are stopping him finding a way to run the cue ball off a long rail and run up there and bump into what's up in the top corner. Those three reds are confusing him. He's determined to run a ball to try and get up there, I think, at the moment. And he's had two chances. He's had two chances to get that yellow to follow the red in, and he's refused them both. And is he going to regret it?
Well, you know, the thing is the problem's not going away. You can ignore it, but it's not going away.
No, it's there. See, that's the thing. Things like that just sit in the back of my mind. I'd rather, you know, if as soon as you've got a snip of a chance of dealing with it, you've got to deal with it if it's good enough. Okay, it might not work, but at least you've had a go at
Paul,
it.
That's how you have to hit that shot. It has to be hit full. It won't follow it if it's not hit full. Well, what's he doing now? Something crazy, it looks like.
Well, it's 1:40 AM here in Bonnie, Scotland, so I would imagine there won't be many from the UK sitting watching this at this time of the morning.
Oh, this is just ridiculous. He's just like frozen.
Oh,
he's going to do something silly here. I can just see it's
he's going
to turn one loose.
He's going bottom right English to fizz it off the rail and send it up the table, or he's suddenly get connection problems. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
He says the room froze.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, look at how he's aiming. He's got bottom right English in the cue ball right now, because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to bump this in, juice up the cue ball, and try and fizz it up into the corner. And I don't think it's going to get anywhere near that, because those three... What's the defense? Is that what they call it in American football? The defensive line, or linebackers?
I'm not paying attention right now. I'm talking to Stubb.
All right. Yeah, here we go. Oh, Mr. Deanster's still up. I'm fortunate I don't need to get up in the morning. I can lie in to all hours of the morning tomorrow, so it doesn't matter to me. Bearing in mind that as I sit here speaking, I was up at 4 AM yesterday morning, so it's already 20 minutes to 2, so I've almost been up 24 hours. I've been up 22 hours almost. Well, we've got 6 people on Twitch, 6 on YouTube. We've still only got 1 left on Kick, but we had a maximum of 3. Those would be 3 people accidentally discovering Virtual Pool 4 was live. and then going back to their hot tub channel instead. Well, let's just get our fingers crossed that we don't have a third rematch in this, or a second rematch in this match. Well, if it's locked up for him, it's locked up for me. Maybe Stubbs a bit like Gollum, where he just lives in a cave, and he's got a...
What is he doing? You know, I'm trying to tell him what to do, and he's just going to go do whatever.
Is that you just realising that, Stubb, that Stubb doesn't listen to a word you tell him? I've been telling him stuff for 20 years and he's never listened. I wonder if I can type anything. Ice issues. He's got ice issues. Well, we can't really accuse him of doing it deliberately this time because he's in the lead and he's at the table. That's the one thing he's got in his defence here at the moment. But if everything does get resolved, he's looking at the way he's lined up this shot, that he's trying to bump that in, come to the rail, and the bottom right hand English is going to send the cue ball that way, but I don't think it will have enough momentum in it to do a great deal of damage, or at least improve the situation up this end to his favour. I don't think it will. Be very surprised if it does. You know, why isn't he just Control Alt Delete, kill VP4 and go reboot the computer? Why doesn't he just do that and give it 2 minutes? What, you've got a crap connection just like Stubbs then, Slim. Did you get the socket error? Hey, you know, you think United States of America, you know, they're branded as the most powerful country in the world, but can they do internet connections? Can they, hell?
Oh, crap. Let's see if I can kick. What happens if I kick? Kick? No.
Well, it says you've kicked him. The only problem is it's for an hour.
Yeah, but I can remove that.
I better get my phone ready because he's about to send me a message. I can feel it coming on. Yeah, wait a minute. I've actually got...
I don't have any good ideas right now. I may have to... I'll tell you what I'm probably going to have to do. He is locked up. I wonder... How? Where? I don't understand what state he's in, but he's like, he's not logged in, but the game thinks he is. Log right now.
Oh, how can I wish I could type. Stubb says on. He says it's not me, it's his Georgia server.
The server's not Georgia. Oh. This is interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I got one of my diagnostic errors. Huh.
I mean, I know I'm no expert. It's nothing. It's got nothing to do with how VP4's going through the ports in a router, is it? It's nothing to do with that at all, is it? I'm just clutching at straws.
The problem is he's disconnected, and I have been notified of it on the server, but it should time him out, and I don't understand why it is not. That's the thing, is there's code that should get rid of him, and it's not doing it. Let's see. Well, restart the server. I don't know that there's a lot else we can do other than restart the server right now. Alright, let's all leave the room. That means you two and Markshark. If I have to, I'll restart the server.
Right, well, Stubb's still showing in game, obviously.
Is everybody out? Is Markshark out?
Yep, I don't see him in it. It's showing 0 in the room. Oh, wait a minute, hang on a minute. It's showing
Markshark at?
It's showing 1 in the right.
Markshark in the lobby.
Yeah, it's still showing 1 in the room, but there's nobody there unless it was a spectator.
Where's Markshark? Okay, he's in the lobby. Alright, so, let's see. Kill the room. Probably bad idea. Yeah, okay. I think the room will come back.
Well, the question is, here's the big question. Fingers crossed that the room comes back where the scoreboard reads the right way.
Yeah. Well,
because
I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand why it's not timing out.
Well, I'll tell you something. This is a very similar scenario to the Acero situation, where this could well come back up at a dodgy scoreline. That's the only concern I'm thinking here.
Yeah, well, we'll worry about that if it happens.
Well, it might be great for you, Paul, but you'd have to wait till One Pocket Slimmer Steve started streaming at this time of the morning. I'd be heading to bed. I'm just going to wait a second or two.
Yeah, and I think all these problems are related. The problem we just saw here and the problem from the other night, I think they're all related. I just don't understand how.
Right, I'm going to try and rejoin. There we go. Back in. The room is there. The room seems up awful quick. Mind you, shows a slim monster matchup as well. And of course, no sign of Stub at the moment. At least I don't see him.
He may be waiting for me to tell him what to do.
Yeah, Slim and Monster, they're up and running again. Now, where's Markshark? I don't see him in the lobby. Am I just blind? I don't see him. He's not there.
Well, if he's just going to leave, then he's going to lose. He said he had 30 minutes.
Oh, aye, that's the thing, Steve. You double check you've unkicked Stub, because he can't get back in if you've kicked him for an hour and you haven't unchecked that or whatever it is you do.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see.
Let me just see if he's there and tell him. Yeah, he's blasting away. Right, I've told him. Stubb says it's telling him he's banned for another 54 minutes.
Yeah, I just cleared it. He should be able to get in. Any sign of Markshark?
I don't see him.
Yeah, I don't understand how this is happening.
Is he back? Yeah, yes he is. Right, so Stubb is back.
Here he comes. Markshark just showed up.
So Stubb's in the room. Let's do a. Is that you? Steve's just went into the room.
I'm in the room. What's Markshark doing? He's in the lobby.
We might be waiting till he's invited in. I'll just tell him.
Tell him to come into the room.
Is he still there? Right, I see two.
Okay, so we should be able to go. We should be running.
Right, I'm in. Right, well the good news is that the table's exactly the same as it was before that happened. Now let's see if Stubb does what I said he was going to do.
Something stupid? Yeah.
Well, he's more central than the cue ball now. He's not got the bottom right English on it. Not that that's made a great deal of difference.
He's going to try to run into these balls instead of trying to follow it in, which I think was the shot. That red is so deep, it's easy to follow it in. All you have to do is the one further away is just roll it at the red and hit it square, and it's in. And he'll probably blast this, which is the wrong thing to do, because when you blast it, it's sliding and it wants to stop. You need to get the object ball rolling.
The momentum going.
Well, it's got to turn over and roll. If you hit it hard, it's going to be sliding. See, he's looking at how he can shoot this yellow in the side and get to it. He's going to do a blast. I mean, you know, all you have to do is play, and he doesn't try to make it. It's just,
you know,
you can't make this stuff up.
Well, Markshark now has a chance here to take this all the way. Now he's got to obviously play his red onto the yellow onto the red, but he's got to play it hard enough to, you know, it's dodgy to try and keep that red there, isn't it? I mean, what do you do here? Do you try and play it soft to keep the red there, but the yellow's got to get out of the way, so you've got to thump this. Oh dear.
Well, it's okay.
Well,
Stubb doesn't realize he can pot a yellow and make pot the red and make the yellow at the same time.
Well,
Stubb just doesn't realize that.
Well, surely he does. I mean, I can't believe he doesn't.
Well, we've seen him have multiple opportunities and he's never shot it. Oh, finally.
Well, he's done it this time.
He should have done that 20 shots ago.
Yeah.
It's just,
well, now
I just don't get it.
Now the match is all his.
I mean, from here he'd have to dog it. I think you got to shoot these two down here. And,
well, yeah, you
then
roll
play the one up by the 8.
Roll the yellow in and roll the 8 into the left side pocket. That would be the simple solution, without doing anything crazy.
You've got choices on how to do it, but the simplest thing is just roll forward and shoot the 8 in the side.
Well, that should be good enough. He's pretty nigh perfect.
Oh, he didn't hit it.
When
See, that's where that light cue ball.
Yeah, he's fine.
That's that light cue ball.
He's fine. He won't miss this. This is easy enough. So that's for the match. We'll have a look at the bracket in a minute.
What does LB mean?
Maybe it's a question. No, it's maybe a question in his parentage. Yes. But anyway, Stubb is through. I wouldn't say well done, simply for the fact that there wasn't an awful lot of well done in it. To be honest with you, there was a lot of numpty stuff happening now and again from both players. So Markshark eventually moves over to the one-loss side.
Paul, the server's always had that capability, or the room will survive even if the server's rebooted, crashes, people disconnect. It saves the game.
Well, Stubb now up against Fast Eddie in round 3. So from top to bottom, we have Albinario and MC Clarkey tomorrow night at 7:30 my time. Is it tomorrow night? I just got confused. Yeah, I think it's Thursday, isn't it? No, it's not tomorrow night. No, this is Wednesday. It is Wednesday here now because it's 2 AM in the morning.
Yeah,
so,
it's Thursday at 2:30 PM my time, so 6:30 PM your time.
No, 7:30, Steve.
Oh, is it GMT -5? Yeah,
yes,
-5.
yeah.
Okay.
And then we've got Semi-Pro and LS3 a week on Sunday. They don't play until the 19th, which is like 1 day before the deadline. And then, of course, the winner of Semi-Pro and LS3 will play the winner of Albie and MC Clarkey. Further down, we've got the match with Stubb and Fast Eddie. for round 3. We've got Slim, who's still waiting on Bankster and Christian getting organised. Now they're running out of time, by the way, because that's the 10th. That might end up in a forfeit if they don't get themselves sorted out. So that's the only outstanding match.
Here's an interesting match, Hugh, coming up in the 3-cushion tournament. Hasn't been scheduled yet, but Albin and Cobra are playing.
Oh yeah,
Cobra
well,
and Albin, yeah.
Well, that could run pretty close. Cobra's playing quite well, but it doesn't matter how well they do. They ain't going to win it. That tournament, you might as well give them the money now, Steve. As I say, the only way Chico's not going to win it is if Vince says stops him, and he's probably got the best chance of stopping him.
So listen to this, Mister. We should play on a 10-footer with tight pockets for every tournament. Says about the blackball table. Pockets should be a bit bigger.
Who says?
He's typing the lobby. The pockets should be bigger.
Well, Stubb was unfortunately not there when it was tested. He wanted to try it then. Then he would have been asking for bigger pockets. they were bloody tough then. So they were. Right.
Can't win with him.
Right.
All right. It's time for bed.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes past 2 in the morning here. I'm heading south. Thanks to Steve for joining us.
Thanks for streaming.
Good luck to Markshark. Good luck to Stubb because he's going to be up against another test in his next match. And thanks all for watching, guys. Take care. We'll bid you good night and see you soon. Good night. See you later.